Hey, I wanted to make a video about a dream I had that Jesus, God, call him what you will, showed me. Um, I had been watching rapture videos and praying to God that he would show me a rapture dream. Now, I've always been a dreamer my whole life, but I had other reoccurring dreams my whole life, but not a rapture dream. So I had just found out about a year ago what a rapture even was. And sorry I look so tired. I have been going through a ton of personal stuff, and I am tired. um, um, I prayed for rapture dreams. I wanted to know if it was real, if it was pre-tribulation. So I kept praying about that, and I did not have a rapture dream, but I stopped asking for one after a couple of months, and just this one night I just felt so down and defeated and up under such spiritual warfare and attack that I just cried. I was like in my floor crying out to God, if you are real, uh, if you love me, please just show me, because it says what you ask for in the Bible you will get if you believe and love me, and your Father does abundantly more. And I wasn't thinking that he would anymore, honestly. I just was at my breaking point, my wit's end with everything going on in my life. And this was back in August. Um, that night or either the next night, I put on Psalms on TV, like where the YouTube video plays and it reads you Psalms while you sleep. And I don't even remember going to sleep. So I'm guessing this was a dream because I slept after that. But it felt as real as right now feels. And I was in this beautiful field, and I couldn't look around. Like, the first thing I remember looking at, I was leaning over, laying on this beautiful male lion. Normally, if I dreamt of a lion, not that I have before, but like all my dreams are scary, it seems like. So I would fear it, but not in this dream. I was leaning over, laying, like he's laying down in the field, and I'm literally laying over, leaning on top of him, lounging on him. And I feel like we are having this conversation, but we're not talking, obviously. It's not like he's talking out of his mouth, and neither am I. I was totally relaxed and calm and felt at such peace. Like, not another care in the world, literally. Like, we can't shut our brains down where we don't worry about at least one thing at the time we're talking. In this dream, it was only me and him talking, brain to brain, calm, peaceful, utter peace and protection and love. Um, so it felt like a quick dream. But like, as I felt, it's so real to this day. It's been 4 months after, and I can remember every single detail about the dream and close my eyes and be back there. As he was breathing, I was literally raising up like this because he was so big that I was raising up as he breathed. I felt his warmth, all that. I don't remember what we were talking about, but in the dream, the odd part about it is what I remember, and it was super fast. But I leaned up and I put my hand, like leaned up, put my hand into his mouth, and it wasn't anything scary. It was just kind of like he let me, and he opened his mouth, and I put my hand in it. And it's kind of like a kid does a dog. Like, they know their pet dog won't hurt them. So when I did it, I just kind of, put my hand in his mouth and then pulled it back out, and then just went back to leaning on him and rubbing my hands through his mane like this. Like, that's the whole thing I was doing. He's kind of in front of me and beside me, and I'm rubbing my hands up through his mane. And when I leaned up and did that, I could feel his hot breath on my hand. I could see and feel his teeth. I knew that if he wanted to, he could kill me right away. But I did not feel like that. I felt utter protection. And I woke up and, I slept through the night after that. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, wow, that was crazy. I was not at the time thinking it was a dream from God because that's not what I had asked him for. So it was so just weird. It was like I knew that it meant something, but I guess I was thinking harder than I was supposed to. And I told my husband about it. I'm like, I had this weird dream, and I was laying next to a lion, and I felt such peace and love and protection. And he was like laughing about it. He was like, who are you, Shira? And that was your battle cat? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, maybe it was me because, he's a big tough man or whatever. And as soon as he said maybe it was me, I immediately knew it was someone like bigger and stronger and protecting me. So that was the first inclination the next morning when I told him that it was someone. Because I was just thinking at first it was a lion. And then I posted it on like a Christian dream board, because when you start looking up what does a lion dream mean, it will tell you everything just like any other dream will. What does a fox mean? And it's like it could be good, bad, or in between, different people's interpretations. So at this point I knew it was somebody. I knew that beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it was somebody loving and protecting me, but who? So that's the only man in my life. So I'm thinking, what does this mean? And after that, I looking it up and posting it in a group and everything like that. I'm thinking, okay, well, God, if you gave me this dream because it feels so real, then start showing me lions, because you'd never just randomly see lions. So I'm like, show me it was you, and I kept seeing Lion of Judah and lines everywhere, on the phone, in person. Everybody was saying lion, so I'm like, that's crazy. So it is so good how he works, even to like the most skeptical people. So I'm thinking, okay, this really is him. And I think someone commented on that dream in that group, and they're like, that's the Lion of Judah. I had never heard that. I'm like a babe in Christ. So I'm new to reading the Bible. I didn't know about all this back in August. So I'm looking up, what is the Lion of Judah? And it's Jesus. And I was like blown away. I'm like, so he really is a lion, So I was freaking out. Anyway, I started doubting myself again. I'm like, maybe it's just a coincidence. And which, by the way, I have literally heard, not like in an audible voice, but like a thought that's not your own come into my mind saying nothing is a coincidence. I can't explain that one. I've had that a couple times with him saying different things. So apparently to God, nothing is a coincidence, which I find really cool too. But there was this, I was doubting myself and thinking, well, the devil said he was a roaring lion too, so maybe, not that I felt bad in any kind of way, because I felt like if a T-Rex walked up on the scene in that dream, he would have just devoured them, but it wasn't there to hurt me. So, long story short, I knew he wasn't going to hurt me, even though he could if he wanted to. But I watched this video like maybe a week later, and I'm doubting myself, and there was this little girl, like a 3-year-old little girl, and she was telling her aunt about a lion dream she had, and her aunt said, baby girl, don't you know that's the Lion of Judah? And I just started crying. It's like God was trying to tell me, stop doubting yourself. That is me. I showed you that I love you. And then since then, he showed me repeatedly, and I know now it was him because he showed me so many times it was. And I never knew he loved me like he did or could love anybody. And I've never doubted him again. That not only is he real, but how much he loves us. And I think he was showing me that with me putting my hand in his mouth to show me that I'm not here to hurt you like you think I am. Because, you know, we're raised, not all of us, but I was raised in a Southern Baptist church, just really not liking religion, where God was scary and mean and killed all these people, and, you know, you had to be perfect to go to heaven type situation. And I think that's why he showed me that, because he already knew I feared him. And I think he was trying to show me that he loved me. And it worked, you know, and he keeps showing me. It's so funny because every time I start feeling bad, like this morning, I saw this line picture, and I told a friend of mine, I said, it's like every time I want to try to doubt it, he reminds me again. That was the lion dream. Sorry it took so long to tell you, but I did want to go over it entirely. But if I could put even the most unbeliever in that dream as me, the amount of love that he has for us, it can't be explained here. It's nothing that a mother has even felt towards a child. And I love my babies to death, which they ain't babies anymore. They're 12 and 17, but they'll always be my babies. But the love in that dream was unreal. And I was a skeptic, and I just wanted to make this video. Thanks, guys.